There are three types of people in this world: those who are already married, those who have sworn off relationships, and those who are praying to everything holy that they'll find Mr. or Mrs. Right, instead of yet another jerk who will use and abuse them. For a long time, I thought I didn't belong to any of these groups. I believed I was mature enough to tell the difference between real love and fake affection. But here's what I discovered: even when you think you're at your smartest, you can still fall into a toxic relationship without realizing it. The signs are not always loud, they're not always obvious. Sometimes they're quiet, subtle, and they make you question yourself rather than the relationship you're in. Today I want to share with you the signs of a toxic relationship that most people completely miss. Signs I once ignored myself, so maybe you won't have to go through the same thing. For the longest time, I thought I was simply insecure. I often asked for reassurance from my partner. Do you still love me? Or did I do something wrong? I used to blame myself for being too needy, too fragile. But later I realized something important. There's a big difference between being insecure as a person and feeling like the foundation of your relationship isn't secure. Personal insecurity is when you doubt yourself. Maybe you feel inadequate. Maybe you need validation. That's part of being human. But relationship insecurity is different. It happens when something in the relationship breaks your trust. Like the moment you catch your partner cheating suddenly, even when they say they're just going on a trip with friends, you can't help but wonder if that's really the truth. WebMD defines insecurity as a sense of inadequacy and uncertainty. And that's true. But here's the thing: it's not always about you. Sometimes it's not your self-esteem that's the problem. It's the fact that the relationship itself isn't safe. Another sign I missed was when my personal needs weren't respected. I still remember one night. I had a massive project deadline, and I told my partner I needed a quiet evening to finish my work. But instead of understanding, she told her family we'd both be coming over for dinner. When I objected, she just laughed and said, "It's just one meal, what's the big deal?" At the time, I brushed it off. I told myself I was overreacting. But looking back, it wasn't a small thing. It was a pattern. Healthline once published an article where Dr. Catalina Lawson explained that ignoring your partner's personal needs is a major sign of toxicity. It's not about wanting your partner to serve you or revolve their life around you. It's about respect. If you say you need space or rest or time for yourself, your partner should at least acknowledge that. If they consistently dismiss it, what they're really dismissing is you. In a healthy relationship, both partners' needs matter. In a toxic one, your needs slowly disappear. One of the hardest truths I had to learn is that love isn't just about romance, it's about support. And when support disappears, it hurts deeply. I have a friend, let's call her Lisa. She dresses a little differently, has beliefs that aren't exactly mainstream, and her partner's family never approved. Every time they visited a family member, let's call him Charlie, would throw passive-aggressive comments at her. Lisa, being polite, stayed quiet. But afterward, she confided in her partner, telling him she felt disrespected. And what did he say? Just take the high road. Everyone knows Charlie's wrong. On the surface, that might sound reasonable. But what it really means is, I won't stand up for you. Time magazine once quoted Dr. Kristen Fuller, a physician who specializes in mental health, saying that constantly undermining or failing to support your partner is a toxic behavior even if it's unintentional, because the result is the same. You're left alone fighting a battle that should never be yours to fight alone. When your partner refuses to stand by you, you slowly begin to shrink. You start to wonder if your feelings are valid, and that's the very moment a relationship shifts from healthy to harmful. This next one took me far too long to see. At first, I thought it was sweet. My partner would ask, "Who are you texting?" or "Where are you going?" I told myself she was just protective, that it was love. But then it became more. She started checking my phone, asking me not to hang out with certain friends, monitoring where I was and when. My independence slowly vanished. Dr. Sonia Bruner, in a BetterHelp video, explained that jealousy and control are some of the clearest red flags of toxicity. A partner who constantly monitors you isn't showing love. They're showing a need to dominate. Here's how you can tell the difference. Real care makes you feel safe. Control makes you feel tense. trapped and watched. If your love feels more like surveillance, that's not love. That's manipulation. And here's the most important truth I've learned: you deserve better. You deserve a love where you are still your own person, where your needs matter, where your partner supports you in front of others instead of letting you stand alone, where care doesn't mean chains. A toxic relationship doesn't just make you insecure. It eats away at your self-worth. It convinces you that you're asking for too much when all you want is basic respect. But let me tell you something I wish someone had told me earlier. You don't have to settle. You don't have to stay in a relationship that makes you smaller. You are worthy of a love that makes you stronger. If you recognized yourself in any of these signs, please know you are not alone. I once ignored them too. But the moment you learn to spot them, you have the power to choose differently. Ask yourself, are my needs respected? Do I feel supported? Am I being controlled instead of cared for? If those answers hurt, then maybe it's time to reconsider whether this is the love you truly deserve. So let me ask you, have you ever experienced these hidden signs of a toxic relationship? Which one resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if this video helped you in any way, don't forget to like and subscribe to Hi Day Psych. Together, let's learn to recognize toxicity, to heal, and to build relationships that are truly worth keeping.